Inner peace out, let your inner peace out. Inner peace out, let your inner peace out. Karmic Relief.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your screen, Ed Trout.
Hi, everybody. Hear that thunderous applause and the crowd roaring. Welcome also to your screen, Reverend Michael Everett Davis.
Hey.
There he is. And we are here for Karmic Relief tonight with our special guest, Kim-Char Meredith. We are so excited that she is here with us. She's one of our favorite people in the world. I know we've got some of you that are watching with us live on Zoom. This may or may not be being broadcast to Facebook as well. If not, we'll make sure that it gets posted later for others to view. So for those that are with us in the Zoom webinar, why don't you make use of that chat feature and just tell us where you're watching from. I'm assuming that most of our people are from the Midwest, probably a lot of Indiana, Illinois folks, but maybe not everybody. So the chat, let's see, and who do we have here? We've got Illinois. Kim is from Illinois. Great. Yes, Michael, I know you're in Indianapolis. Thank you for sharing that. So as you continue to type those in, I want to say this particular program is really kind of looking at the intersection of improvisation and spirituality and the arts and how we live our lives. And we want to focus on some of the 5 fundamentals that I think are really important to Michael and myself at least. And the acronym for remembering these is PEACE. So that P, the P at the beginning, stands for present-mindedness, trying to live in the moment as best we can, be present with those around you. That first E is for engaging everybody. Whoever's around you, they are part of what's going on, so try to engage with them and let them be part of it. The A is for acceptance, finding ways to allow other people to bring what they are bringing to the table. The C is commitment. And the final E is for our enthusiasm, our own enjoyment, making sure that we're bringing that as well. So those 5 things spell peace, and that's kind of our focus for the evening, but we have a very specific focus within that as well. Michael, you want to tell us what that sub-focus is?
Our sub-focus is collaboration. Everybody say collaboration.
Collaboration.
Awesome. Because, you know, it takes a village, right? So that's why we brought in Kim-Char tonight, because she is a fantastic collaborator. I've worked with her on a music CD. I've worked with her in workshops and conferences and stuff, and she's amazing.
So for those that don't know her well, what can we tell them about Kim-Char before we bring her in?
Well, in a music career that has spanned nearly 40 years, which is amazing because she's only 35, right?
I know.
She has over 16 albums. Kim-Char is one of indie music's best kept secrets until tonight. Now everybody knows her. And although her first 5 independent films nabbed 3 Nahoku Hanu Hanu Award nominations, I'm sorry if I butchered that, it's Hawaii's version of the Grammys. And Kim-Char was also honored with a Hawaii Music Award as favorite pop recording artist for her CD release, Slender Line of Lavender.
Now, her other projects, such as Give and Take, which was co-produced with the Grammy-nominated production team at Hobo House on the Hill, or Paper Knife, or the Spirit Rise series, all of those things continue to garner praise. And whether she's playing a music festival, whether she's playing some kind of a house of worship, whether she's playing this tiny venue or a giant arena, or your screen, Kim-Char just has this magnetic energy, and she is sure to entertain, enthrall, and engage everybody that she comes in contact with. So after that little bit of buildup, I think it is time for us to bring to the screen Kim-Char Meredith.
Yay!
Thank you. And tonight, this is the playground right here.
Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you for joining us. We are so honored to have you here talking with us. And I will say for those that are watching along, we may make available the pre-show talk that we had as well, because it was highly entertaining, at least for me.
No, I don't know. But listen, they're not going to learn anything new. I think most people who know me know I love coffee. So that part of the conversation, nothing new.
Right.
We started talking about equipment a bit. Some people know me that I like my tech. That's not going to be new. So I don't know.
It was just stuff.
It's just stuff.
Just stuff. Just stuff.
So, hey, Kim-Char, so how did you get started in all of this?
You know, I got started. I honestly felt like I was born to write songs. I remember starting to write songs when I was 7 years old. And I would sit out with my little spiral bound notebook and I just write these poems. I didn't play any instrument at the time. So I wrote a book of poems and I just sing a cappella. And I've always done that. And it was a natural thing to go. They were kind enough, as they usually are at a church, even if you're 7 or 8, to allow you to go sing up front. They're very encouraging. So even though I might not have been in tune and nothing rhymed at all, they were gracious and they were loving and they were open and allowed me to have that expression there at church. And I just have kept on doing it. I love it.
And I'm so glad you kept on going. Now, you specifically had said that you would love to talk about collaboration this evening as well as part of your life and your work and your upcoming projects. So I'm curious, why was collaboration something that was important to you to talk about?
Well, to me, collaboration, that goes hand in hand with encouragement and connecting. If I think back, like just to that time when I was 7, right? And how I was allowed to express myself, how I was encouraged to express myself. That was a powerful thing. And it made all the difference in the world in the way I pursued my calling and my art. And I think of collaboration as that. It's about connecting. It's about encouraging people, because everyone has a calling. I don't know, it could be knitting, it could be the compassionate care, whatever it is, you have a calling. And collaboration is not necessarily me doing what you do so well, but me supporting you in doing what you do so well. Now, specifically with songwriting, I love co-writing with folks. And that idea of collaboration there is not to put words in people's mouths, but to encourage what is in them to just flow out. To me, that's the collaborative process. Because a lot of the times, well, I would say most of the time, what flows out is something that is true and real for not only them, but for whomever's listening. It's powerful collaboration.
Yeah, I love that. And if I could say 2 things in response to that. First of all, Judy Price said, looking hot, Kim-Char, I cannot agree. You're looking hot. But the second thing is, I also do a lot of theatrical direction. And that's the way I feel about that. There's this structure that you may have in a scripted show, but it's still up to me as a director to help all those performers find their own way to show up in that and bring what is in them out. And I can't tell them just how to do it. Like, I have to help them find it and bring it forth.
Yes, and sometimes that bit of structure is a scaffolding, I guess, to what is being built. But then it takes off, and it's so much grander and amazing than you could ever imagine on your own. When you do it together, or when you see them just run, I think of them as my little children. You see them running off, and you're like, oh yes.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to see.
That's awesome. So I want to talk about one of your projects, Kim-Char. You're working on a 12 Powers project, right?
Yes.
So that's exciting. And, I understand the 12 Powers because I did my own 12 Powers project, which you guys helped me with, and which I love, and it's awesome. But, I think most of the people watching are Unity folk, and they understand the 12 Powers. But could you give us a little mini 10-second version
of what the 12 powers is, kind of thing? Well, the way I think of it, it's those 12 divine characteristics or attributes of spirit that we get to have showing up in our lives and through us. And we can nurture those divine attributes that we already have. We possess them. The question is, how are we going to allow them to flow and manifest in our lives? That's it. We have them. How are we going to show them? And so the 12 Powers project, something that I'm doing as the creative director with Unity in Naperville and doing with our congregation and others. We're coming together and collaborating, creating art, creating music, creating writings that kind of give our individual impressions of the 12 powers. And it all started probably, well, it was well over a year ago. At Unity, we started a monthly Spirit Rise songwriting workshop where each month we took one of the 12 powers. Tell me that's not convenient, huh? Right? We took one of the 12 powers and we chose that as the springboard for a song that we would write together in a 2-hour period. And by golly, we always wrote a song. So it was wonderful. And so at the end of that process, we had 12 songs. So that's going to be part of this project. We'll be recording those hopefully with a lot of choir members and folks from the community. And we've also invited artists to submit artwork as they interpret those 12 powers.
Oh,
You know, they could be inspired by one particular power, or hey, submit 12 different things, doesn't matter. And we closed the submissions for that, but between you and me, I think we're going to open up the submissions again, because hey,
Cool.
more the merrier, I say.
Right.
And that's going to culminate in 2021, probably around summertime, in a recorded CD, a book project, a website. Oh,
nice.
I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
And anybody that knows me also knows, like, I'm a big fan of that cross art collaborative stuff where you get all these different disciplines coming together.
Yes.
For anybody that needs a quick reminder, Michael, if you want to duck down for a second, because right behind Michael,
There they are.
those are the 12 powers. Just in case you weren't familiar or you couldn't remember what they all were, they are all right there.
They are literally spelled out for you.
In a
Right behind Michael.
that Kim-Char created.
Right. So why don't we move on to another upcoming project?
Okay.
Because I know, Michael, you were, I think, going to say something and or play something.
Yeah. Fill for me.
So, Kim-Char, you have an upcoming solo album,
I think
correct?
he meant for you to tap dance. That's what he meant by fill for him. Sitting behind a desk. Come on, Ed.
I am standing. I am not behind a desk.
Oh,
I am fully standing. I mean, that was a really lousy time step, but it was a time step. But you have a solo album that is coming up, right?
oh my
Triple
God.
Yeah.
This
Since
has
we're
been
talking
a
about
work in
collaboration.
progress. I have to say, I have all the songs written, and I'm excited to record it. I haven't recorded it yet. And the songs were, speaking of collaboration, all of the songs were written together with my friend Jody Solon and Shelley Seibert. We went out for a week for a songwriting workshop together, just us three, and emerged with 10 songs. And in fact, I'm not sure what you're queuing up there, Michael, but
Yeah.
this video, if you're doing a video, I think this is one of the songs that we came up with
All right.
during that week together. And this album, shooting for 2021 as well.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I am.
What if the second coming is a saucer from the sky and a short gray alien jumps out and yells, "Surprise!" He's not what you're expecting, I really sympathize. But come and snap a selfie with the little guy. You probably were picturing a sandal-wearing dude with sharp chiseled cheekbones, saintly attitude. Not this squat little feller. No nose, big black eyes, with glowing ET finger. Good grief, he reads your mind. We understand, we each have a picture that we hold. But it's okay to say, we don't know what we don't know. What if God runs up?
All right, so that's just a sneak peek.
Yeah. Oh, I adore that song and that video. It's what I love is there's real weight and meaning behind all of the lyrics and the intent of the song, but you're approaching it so playfully that it makes it really accessible for them to kind of go, yeah, you're right. I mean, we think we know things, but
Right.
we also don't know what we don't know.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And to me, it's a very serious song. But if you come at it sometimes with humor, people are more open to what's coming down the pike there. You know, and you probably notice Shelley Seibert is one of the people I love collaborating with. Love collaborating with her, and she was the person playing all the characters, by the way. That I get to just sing, and she does all these crazy things. But we quite often do songs where there's a lot of humor with a very serious, affirmation or idea at its root. You know, we did a song called "I Control the Weather," which is a really fun video too. But again, we control the weather, whether or not we're going to have a good day, whether or not we're going to step in the direction that we choose. So yeah, it's a great way to approach things sometimes.
Yeah, I love that. Love it. So thank you, Michael, by the way, for playing that.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Yeah. And we heard quite a bit about the upcoming album. I'm wondering what we might go into about your studio. So because we know Pazzi Studios, and that's P-A-H-Z-E-E.
Yes, Pazzi. So it's the phonetic spelling of Pazzi, as in P-O-S-I, for short for positive. Because we want to keep it positive. We want to whoever walks in here to be encouraged in what they're doing. And we also want to see work that goes out that is encouraging and that lifts others up as well.
Yeah.
Nothing too heavy. Bring it down.
For those who have trouble remembering that short-term thing, Michael just put in the chat the correct spelling of Pazzi. So
Pazzi.
That's one of the few things I can actually spell.
Yes. And so, and I don't have the studio alone. You know, we've been doing this together. I've had a studio previously, but was it 4.5 years ago? 4.5 years ago, went into business with my son, Parker Meredith. So he's my partner here in the studio, and fabulous engineer, great songwriter. I think if you know Parker, he's pretty talented. I'm not just saying that because I'm his mom.
Oh no! I related to him, and I would second or third that. He is incredibly talented.
He's a talented young man. So
yeah, smart. He's intuitive. He's empathetic. He's patient. Oh my gosh!
Yes. Yeah. He truly is amazing. Kim Hope Parker is amazing. I agree, Kim Hope Parker is amazing, and so he brings so much to the table as an engineer when we're doing sessions, as you know, Michael, having been here. Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Oh, I mean, I remember there were times when I might have a take that was not my best, and Parker would have just this really gentle demeanor of like, let's listen to that again. Maybe we should try recording that again. I'm just saying it was such a gentle way of like going, you don't want that track. That track was not good. Let's re-record it.
He didn't do that. Yeah, but I will say this. So he's probably nicer to other people, because there have been times where I've been singing something and it's true. I've been singing in the studio, and he does that pause and he goes, that's so 1985. I know, like, okay.
That's awesome.
Word. So there you go. But yeah, we do, you know, what we're doing a lot, because we're not having people physically coming into our studio space right now. We're doing a lot of video editing for our clients. Who have like YouTube shows and whatnot. So that's keeping us busy, and it's nice. One day soon, though, I'm hoping that we get to open the doors and have people back in the studio. I miss that.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. What's some surprises that you've had in the studio working with folks?
or working with Parker, either one.
Parker's the biggest surprise of all. You gotta keep up with them. No, I don't know. I'm never surprised because they book their sessions, but I'm ready for them. But there have been some beautiful things that have come in, like when she was doing her singing bowls. We had someone come and do a singing bowls album. It's very hard to stay awake during the session. Right, unless you had a phone ring like that. Hold on.
Perfect.
Collaboration. Amongst yourselves.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. Anywho, so I'm going to assure you that the crystal bowls, the singing bowls, did not sound like that phone, but they would just like take you down, and you're down to a different level. It was so relaxing. The album, beautiful. And so that was fun. We've had rappers. Now this was interesting because he only spoke Russian. His wife would translate for us, but so he's rapping in Russian. And so it's hard to give direction as far as being a producer is concerned because you have no idea what they're saying. And I'm trying to read the translation, but that was interesting too.
Yeah.
So it's all sorts of fun things here.
Nice. We would love, we don't have a ton of time left, but we would love to squeeze in a tiny bit of improv. Not that this hasn't been improv. This is we're just talking and making things up, but it's all real. But improv skill sets come with a lot of built-in collaboration. And one of the simplest but hardest to do well is telling a story together one word at a time. So I want to try that. That means that for those of you who are watching, we need you to type in something that we're telling a story about. So it could be a noun, it could be an activity, but in that chat, if you would type in something, and we're gonna tell a very brief story. Now, hopefully our story will have characters and maybe a setting, hopefully a plot. And if it has those things, we've done really well. If we have not done those things, then we
have a list of random words that have come forth from our mouth. That's what's happening.
I have not seen any new suggestions coming forward. I think people are putting on. Now
I'm seeing some here.
Wow, so many fun ones. But Karen Cheek, one of the first I saw was Rapunzel with a punk haircut. I think that works as a great title. So if we want to start Kim-Char to Michael to me, we'll just kind of keep a little round robin thing of storytelling, go of Rapunzel with a punk haircut. And if we can work in pumpkins, fat squirrels, and dogs, all the better. But Rapunzel with a punk haircut is our title of our story. Kim-Char, you kick us off.
Attitude.
Was
everything.
About.
Squirrels.
And.
Dogs.
Rapunzel.
Used.
Shears.
And.
A.
Blow dryer.
When.
She.
Blew.
Her.
Hair.
And.
Then.
She.
Blew.
Her.
Mind.
Because.
When.
Rapunzel.
Fell.
From.
The.
Chair.
She.
Hit.
The.
Or.
Awakening.
The.
Squirrels.
And.
The.
We'll stop there. Woo!
Okay, wait.
Right.
Well, see, I will continue. I will come up with the as long as we need. And this is clearly why you guys are the professionals. And I don't know, do your guests know I see some of my friends here. Do they know what you do for a living?
Some do, some don't. And actually we kind of do a variety of things, but primarily for the last 20 plus years, my main job has been as an improviser and an improv theater owner and so forth. Michael also does improv and even does a lot of medical improv, in fact. But here's the thing, and I do a lot of teaching with improv tools, like going to corporations and things, and getting people to work together with these skills. And there were so many things, Kim-Char, that you did actually really nicely that I appreciate. You're like, I'll say the forever, right? I can throw in the, but you'd be amazed how many people will skip the so they can get to the noun, because the noun's important and they don't think the articles matter. And I always appreciate that person. It's like, no, this is the word that needs to be there to make sense. So I'll say that, not force my idea in.
Yeah. That's because I had no idea, quite frankly. But that's a good one to go to.
That's a good word.
Can I ask a question, though? I know you want to go on with this, but what is medical improv?
Oh gosh. One of the aspects that I do out in the world is there's a program based off of Vital Talks, which is training doctors to be more empathetic. And it's some role-playing stuff where I will be a patient or a patient's family member, and the healthcare professional has to give them bad news. So I react accordingly to how they are, but then in debriefing and stuff, then they learn how to use softer skills.
Yes.
To help drive the conversation and to get the people where they need to be.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
In terms of it being a training tool.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's neat work. I enjoy it. I'm exhausted by the end of the day, but because I've cried a lot, so that's also cleansing for me.
Yes. Very cool.
So we are getting close to the end of our time. So I know
We just started.
it goes so quickly.
29. Okay.
Is there anything that you really wanted to talk about with people, let people know is going on with you, or bring up that we didn't give you a chance to talk about?
I've got working on the 12 projects. I love being the music and creative director at Unity in Naperville, and always check out the Unity in Naperville Facebook page. There's stuff going on all the time. Seriously. And in terms of personal projects, I'm looking forward to working on my album this year. Come on, cross those fingers with me. 2021, we're going to get it done. Seriously, the songs are written, and one of them includes the video that you played. So I'm looking forward to the whole project. And otherwise, hey, if we're not already Facebook friends, hit me up. Kim-Char Meredith on Facebook, and I'd love to be a Facebook friend. It seems to be a great way to stay in touch these days. Gotta tell you, I love it.
It is indeed. Yeah. And I will hold that thought. Get it done in 21.
Get it done in 21. I like that.
So to finish out, we're going to close with a little poem, a tiny poem, because we're making it up. But after that poem, we're also going to have just a little slide with some contact information, ways to look up Kim-Char outside of Facebook, ways to offer support, go buy her music, use her studios, all of those things. Support however you can. This time for artists is a tricky time, not an impossible time, but a tricky time. So the way we're going to finish this, we're going to take just a second to think of a word that comes to mind from this last half hour. Those of you watching can also do the same. You can just think of a word. So you can tack yours onto this, but the three of us are going to have a 3-word poem. We call this Zen poetry. So everybody has the word. Raise your hand if you have your word. Got it? All right. So we'll do Kim-Char, then me, then Michael.
Haircut.
Laughing.
Squirrels.
Haircut, laughing squirrels. You can write that down, and that poem will live a long time.
A long time.
Today's affirmation.
Thank you so much, Kim-Char Meredith, for
you so much. It's been a joy being here with you and everyone else who signed on. Great to be here.
Excellent. And for those of you that watched along, or those of you that are watching at a later time, you can join us next month. We have Rashida Bonds joining us. She's also a talented performer, but she's been a life coach and somebody looking out for LGBTQ youth.
Nice.
Cute is not a word. And so we're going to be speaking with her. Other upcoming guests include David Roth, Shelley Seibert, Claire Wilcher, other wonderful.
Oh, nice. Are you guys doing this weekly?
Month.
Right now we're starting monthly. Yeah, but we may pick up the pace. We'll see how it goes. All right.
Well, I'm thrilled to be your first guest. Thank you so much.
So Michael.
For milk and honey, I have been searching for my promised land. Traveling through a desert, treading never shifting sand. Here I've been all these years, here I still stand. Water from the rock, bread from the sky, I've been taken care of each day that's gone by. Water from the rock, bread from the sky, I've been taken care of each day that's gone by. 40 years. Seasons of faith, seasons of doubt, times of loving and heartbreaking. Seasons of plenty, seasons without, times of giving and taking. Here I've been all these years, here I still stand. Water from the rock, bread from the sky, I've been taken care of each day that's gone by. Water from the rock, bread from the sky, taken care of each day that's gone by. 40 years. Here's a 40 more. That's right, up or down, you're by my side. You are my strength and you provide. Bread from the sky, I'm taken care of each day that goes by. Water from the rock, bread from the sky, I'm taken care of each day that goes by. 40 years, here's to 40 more.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.